Pokemon Go trainers, welcome to episode 181 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, June 9th, 2021. I'm your host, Ken Pescatore, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, yo!
Yo, Ken, yo!
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Fantastic,
Good.
even.
That is phenomenal. Did you have a good week in life and stuff in general?
Yeah, it's been hot. It's been really hot. I was going to run yesterday, and I said, no way, Jose. It is too hot.
What's New England hot? What's hot for you?
Hot for me is like 80 threshold? Degrees at like 8 a.m.
80? All right. But like what's your high of the day on that 8 a.m. 80 degree day?
Oh, I think it was like 90, 93.
Oh yeah. All right. So you get there. I mean, you're not too far from Jersey, but yeah, it's been like 90, 95 pretty consistently over the past week. We've had some rain today, so this is old man weather talk.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to be decent tomorrow.
It's been brutal. I'm telling you though, it does make a big difference in gameplay. I mean, even with Gibble, like it was fucking hot, and it's like a lot of times you're like, you know what, the air conditioner, in the car and spinning stops from the car seems pretty good right about now. So it's like, yeah, you gotta be careful. But anyway, all right, on today's show, we'll recap the last week of gameplay, which did include the Gibble Community Day. We also had the kickoff of Season of Discovery. We saw some vanilla spawns. We got the Reggies and Raids. There's plenty to talk about. We also have a very slow Discovery that started yesterday. And it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun, so I can't wait to hear your take on that, Adam. We have a special Raid weekend coming this weekend. It was just announced. So this Saturday and Sunday. And we're going to take a look at the GBL Season 8 attack changes. We talked about this last episode. We briefly just skimmed over it. We said, hey, next episode we'll take a deeper dive, so we'll do just that. And then for our final segment, now this is an interesting one because I was going to do a Poke the Bear, right? And the long and short of it was that there was some issues with Stardust in regards to GBL in Season 8. And apparently, we'll get to this later, but it was a big deal. And I was like, all right, let me poke the bear. And things have developed over the past week, and I kind of want to give this another week to permeate, to kind of let everyone get their voice heard, because a lot of the feedback that we've received for Poke the Bear that I had prepared seems a little outdated right now because there was an update, and we'll talk about it all in a minute. So instead, we're going to have a new fun segment from that features our good friend Casual Coops, and we'll get there at the end. It's called Taking the Piss Out of It with Casual Coops. Yes, that's going to be our new segment. And yeah, what we'll do is it'll be like a Poke the Bear light, so it'll fill the gaps in between Poke the Bear. So we'll talk about this Stardust mess as after we hear Coops take the piss out of Niantic about the whole thing that went down, and then we'll dig deeper next week with a full Poke the Bear on it, because I think a lot of the people that already shared feedback will probably want to submit additional feedback. So we'll go from there. Anyway, let's start with the stuff that began at the beginning of the month. The Season of Discovery. We had a week of organic seasonal spawns. Adam, you and I both say that we enjoy when they do this. I like that they they've been starting the season off with this vanilla stuff. So it's like, hey, here's the season. This is what the season is all about. Try to get a vibe, try to get a feel, so here are those organic spawns in the beginning of the month. So we had a whole week of that. And I straight up, it was fun to see Pidgey back, Pidgey,
yeah,
Weedle.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It's like, you wouldn't think that this is something you're necessarily super excited for, but just like we were talking about last episode, when they hold stuff back from you, just the fact that it's back and available makes it exciting. So yeah, it's the fact that we haven't been able to catch Pidgey. Now we can. It feels good. I've already caught two
I'm
shinies
catching.
Also,
regardless from that, but I'm catching a lot of Slowpoke because I have a Slowking and a Slowbro that are both 100%. So it's like, in order to max power them out, I'm gonna need a lot of XL candy.
Yeah, no, I'm digging the spawns, and we're going to talk about that the spawns in a minute as well. But we also have the Reggies kind of, in the mix. This was going through the 17th, where all three Reggies are available in raids, but each raid hour of the week was kind of dedicated to a different Reggie. So like today's raid hour was Registeel, which is awesome. Still don't have the fucking shiny. It killed me. I did fucking 10 raids today at raid hour, and I didn't get shit. We had Mega Lopunny in last week's Mega Raids. That rotated out this week for Mega Slowbro, and we'll talk about that when we get into a very slow discovery. But Adam, overall, just your thoughts on the organic spawn pool. Like, what kind of stuff were you seeing, besides Pidgey?
I was excited to see Spearow, but it was weird. It was like I was getting a lot of flying types.
Yo, I don't think I've seen Spearow. Is Spearow in the pool? You sure?
I don't know. I feel like I saw a bunch of flying types all at once. It was like Starly, Pidgey.
It ain't Spearow. I'm telling you, I haven't seen a Spearow. Yeah,
I swear I saw something.
I don't know. It could have been Pidgeot.
But it's like I've seen a ton of Pidgeotto. I've seen a ton of Pidgeot.
Yeah.
Like a lot, like a super influx of flying types.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the same. I've saw some Swablu even. So it's like, yeah, the feeling of coming out of like how heavy fairy things were at the end of May. Beginning of May we had the fairy, 2 weeks of fairy stuff. Then it kind of came back in the final week. It's good to see different Pokemon. But what about the Reggies? Before we dig into the actual spawns, have you done any Reggies?
I think I've done 3, maybe 4.
You don't have those shinies though, right?
I don't have the shiny Regirock, so any Regirocks that have been sent, I've been trying to do if I can.
I don't have any of them, and it sucks. And this past week's been a little crazy for me, so I haven't done too many remotes. But I bought some boxes pre-Gibble Day. So I ended up with like 30 fucking premium passes. I'm like, all right, I got to do in-person raids today. So I did like 9 or 10 today, which was good. But, I hit level 49. So,
congratulations.
Thank you. Very excited for that. And, one of the tasks for level 49 is you have to go 5 for 5 with legendary raids, like with your catches. So I'm like, all right, well, I know I got to do at least 5. So I was, fortunate enough to have nothing run for me today. So I was able to knock that out. So that was good. But I think in my area, Registeel has probably been the most popular one, I guess, for PvP reasons. But is there like one of these Reggies that you see people doing more than the other?
I'd say Registeel.
Registeel, right? I guess it's a PvP thing. So, we are getting a new raid boss, they said, after the Reggies. So after the 17th, do you have any tinfoil hat theories of who this could be for the legendary, like the 5-star spot?
It's got to be Keldeo. It's Pride Month.
Are you saying? Oh,
I'm just saying
shit.
It has multiple colors in its mane. It makes sense.
Yo, that would be awesome. Happy Pride Month, by the way. But you've been saying Keldeo for every fucking Pokemon since the beginning of the game, but this might... Yo, that would
be awesome. It makes sense for them to like bring back Ho-Oh.
Yeah, but wait a second. Do you think they'll do Keldeo without releasing, like, bringing the Swords of Justice back? You know what I mean? Doesn't it make sense to do that at the same time, or does that not even matter?
That doesn't even matter.
Really?
It's Pokemon Go.
I would think that if they're bringing
it's
Keldeo...
Pokemon Go nuts!
I don't know. I think they would need to bring the Swords of Justice back. Anyway, it would be fucking rad. If it's Keldeo, dude, that would be awesome though. That would be awesome. I have no idea who the fuck it could be. So I'll be surprised either way. But that's going to be happening on the 17th when the Reggies go away. So if you want these fucking Reggies, do your thing. It is worth mentioning, and this is to me one of the coolest parts, or the coolest updates to the Season of Discovery. So the blog explains how spawns are going to be much more environmentally dependent, meaning like Alolan Rattata, Magnemite, Porygon, they're going to spawn in the city, while Pokemon like Rhyhorn, Nosepass, and Dwebble will spawn more in the mountains. And we talked about that pre-season because this was kind of in that that seasonal teaser blog, right? But we talk about immersion on the show all the time. I really love when the game makes me feel immersed. And for me, I'm at the Jersey Shore, which one of the coolest things is, I go, 40 minutes one direction, I'm in heavy duty, city, super urban. 40 minutes the other direction, I'm at the beach. 40 minutes the other direction, I'm in the mountains. It's like I get everything in New Jersey. So I could really kind of test this from my own, play styles. And without a doubt, I notice different spawns that seem to pop up consistently when I'm in these different environments. Now, it's not even mentioned here, but I've seen Voltorb. So I'm getting Voltorb when I'm in like the city. And it's like that,
Yep.
That's not even listed here, but that's what I'm seeing. So I was like, all right, this clearly isn't something that's spawning at the beach. It's not, I haven't seen this spawn in the mountains. Every time I see a Voltorb, it's spawning in the city. So I love this because it adds to the immersion. Like I would want this to be even more prominent, but I mean, are you noticing this? Are you getting like that kind of feel? Like, does this matter?
Yes. Yeah, it matters. It makes you want to travel and like walk around more.
Yes,
honestly,
I agree. No, and it's like, and if you have like the different water types you could see, like if you're at the beach, or maybe seeing some different rock Pokemon when you're in the mountains, like that not only adds to the immersion of the game, but then it like you're saying, it makes you want to travel, because it's like, hey, if I want to catch Voltorb and I live in the fucking mountains, I'm not going to be able to see this Pokemon. How do I see it? I need to go to the city. So yeah, it can encourage that travel and changing the environment. I'm down with that. I think that's really fucking cool. There's also hemispherical exclusive Pokemon. Northern Hemisphere, we have Alolan, Diglett, Staryu, and Barboach. We kind of talked about this last episode. Summer Form Deerling. This is another one I want to talk about here, Adam, because we're supposed to,
let's get into this one.
Well, it's Summer Form in the Northern Hemisphere and Winter Form in the Southern Hemisphere. So they fucked up in the beginning. So it was, I don't know how many days into it. They being Niantic. So when the season
are you sure it wasn't the Niantic cat?
It may have been Niantic cat, but clearly when the season started, so like on that June 1st, Deerling was not available. Like you could not catch fucking Deerling. It just wasn't even spawning. And kind of things started floating around Twitter and around Reddit, like, hey, anybody seen, their new Deerling form? And sure as shit, no one had caught it. So apparently Deerling was not activated. So they were a little late to the game, right? And since then, this was like a couple days, and what's today's date? The 9th. So this was over probably about a week ago since Deerling has been active. I have seen one on my nearby, and I didn't catch it. Just one silhouette.
I saw one on my. I saw the silhouette. I saw one on my nearby. It was just out of like the direction that I was traveling, and then I found one because it spawned at my house, and that's it. I haven't seen a single other one.
Yeah.
And hold on, because the pink one was, excuse my language, fucking everywhere.
It was. It totally was.
What are we doing? What are we doing? We get that one that we get a whole bunch of, and now we get the green one, and I can't find it anywhere. It should not be harder to find than an Axew. It should not be on the same level as a Dino or a Gibble. Come on. Even though we just had the community day.
Wait, listen. I agree.
I'm listening.
I don't think it's on that level. We've only had 9. We're supposed to only have had 9 days access to this thing. So you can't say Axew.
I've seen it once.
Listen,
in
Axew's
9
been
days.
Axew's been out for months. Months. How long? How many have you seen in the wild?
None.
Okay, so you can't compare something you haven't seen in 9 days versus something
but I can compare it to the Deerling before it. What came before it?
That's fair. And it's definitely a stark difference.
That is a difference.
And we got to get back to
Tony
Axew.
Stark difference.
Listen, it's a Tony Stark difference. But check this out. I kind of like this. Because the way I'm looking at it...
Do you kind of like this? I don't kind of like this.
Listen. It's like a 3-month hunt. Because you know that this thing's only going to be around for the season. So days in, you're feeling the burn. You haven't seen this thing, or you've only seen it once on your nearby. You still got fucking 80 days to catch this.
I had 80 days catching full odds and tons of them spawning constantly of the pink one.
That's see, now you got all your candy, so like all you need to do is get 2 of these fucking things. So
but
you'll
why?
be able to evolve.
There's got to be a reason. Why is it so rare to find?
Maybe they're look, dude. This is still just the 3rd fucking season. They have to play. We're the guinea pigs. We're the guinea pigs. They have to play test. We have to play test. We have to say like what's the reaction to Deerling? Is what we're doing it differently? How many people have this? How many people are going after it? How many people don't care? Like this is something new. Like I just like it because you know what I want to see? I want to see like a collection challenge for every single Pokemon that's available for the season. The whole fucking roster. Everything, right? So that way I could start catching my shit and I'll be like, Voltorb's on this list. I'm not seeing any Voltorb. What the fuck? Again, that's going to make you travel, right? But I want to know what's fucking available during the season and fill that shit out. I want to like Battle Pass style, work towards that over the course of the season. That would be fucking awesome. But it's like, you've got so much time on Deerling still. It's not non-existent. You've seen it on the nearby. So if you've seen it in the nearby within the first 9 days, you're going to see it again. I don't know, man. I kind of dig this. Now at the end of the season, if I don't catch one, I'm going to not dig it. But as of now, I kind of like this because it makes me want to hunt. It makes me want to go after
Ken,
this
you
thing.
saw it on the nearby and you let it go.
You're absolutely right.
Hunt. You didn't want to hunt it.
At that point, I didn't. But
you're not a true Pokemon Go hunter.
Oh God! All right. But there's some other hemispherical stuff. Just check out the blog post so you can see it. But we did have fucking Gibble Community Day, so I guess we need to talk about that because that was a big deal. How did you? How did it go for you?
So many people were excited, and honestly, it was such a good feeling. The vibes from the community at large was just amazing.
Did you have work, or were you able to?
I was off.
Okay. Did you dedicate time to play though?
I did. Yeah, my mom was here. She stayed over, so we just kind of like sat, and she's like, because she took my car. She went to church, and she was like. She like stumbled back, and when she got back, it was like 10:40. She's like,
"So it was a party at church or so?"
Well, I don't know what was going on, but she's just like, she came back like all huffled, being like, "Oh, like she thought that I wanted the car to like go drive around," and I was like, "No, I just drop an incense and I play right here." And so she sat down with me, and I like caught like 3 shinies in front of her, and she gets very upset. It's the cutest thing in the world. And then when she gets one, it's like a punch you in the arm, like I got one.
Yeah,
like,
nice.
And then she kept getting them, and then I stopped. So I was like, oh great. I was like, you're gonna have more than me. So it was going back and forth. And her first one was actually from one of the research quests, because she goes,
nice.
I don't see the ticket. I don't see the ticket. I was like, Mom, look in your inventory, see if you already bought it. She had already bought it. It was the funniest thing. So she started and played, and like we had a good time. I know that at some point I was just like, all right, I need to take a break. Like I'm, just from incense, it's only getting the one at a time. I was like, I'm going to take a break, put the Go Plus on, and mow the lawn. So I ended up mowing the lawn in the middle of Community Day, and then we set up our like little pool thing, or like inflatable pool. So, and then I went back to the game and played again, and had a blast. I think I caught, but right after Community Day, I caught a shiny Sudowoodo, like immediately.
Well, that's fun.
I was like, that's so cool. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I only caught 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I caught 12 shiny Gibble.
Okay, that's a lot. That's still solid.
Yeah, like solid, I was okay with
haul.
Like 3.
No, that's great. That's
and I already have my 100%, so I wasn't.
You get your 3.
Yeah, I already had my 100%.
But your candy though, you need that candy for the hundo.
I know.
Well, I'm glad you got to play, so that's good. That's good. And,
Yeah, it was
and
good.
Mama Tuttle got some shinies too, so that's good.
Yeah, she had fun. She got a bunch of stuff.
So I was able to play. I had a weird fucking day with my schedule. So my brother is in town. My brother lives in St. Thomas, and he's married and has 2 kids. And my brother was up at my mother's house with, my sister-in-law and the 2 kids, right? And the 2 kids are Josh's age, my son's age. So it was fucking pandemonium at my mom's because there was just madness going on with all the kids, right? So Sunday, I'm like, my son was chilling. He was just like, all right, I'm not going to Red Bank. I don't feel like playing. He was just like, you go, and I'll take a nap or some shit. And I'm like, all right, this bet, this is the greatest thing ever. I tell my brother, like, his kids had gone out or something like that. He's like, yeah, we're not leaving until the afternoon, so you're good, you got time. So I'm like, fucking tight. This is amazing. I was like, I didn't think I was gonna be able to play. I go to Red Bank, I park the car, I meet up with the crew, we got like 12 people, it's awesome, we start walking, and then like 45 minutes into fucking playing, he messages me, he's like, all right, we're leaving. I'm like, motherfucker, you said I had 3 hours. So I had to pack up my shit and go back to my mom's because I didn't want to leave my son there by himself without the kids being there. And then he's like, Dad, I'm hungry. I'm starving. I'm like, all right, well, what do you want to eat? He's like, surf taco. Surf tacos in Red Bank. I was like, all right. Fucking got in the car, drove back to fucking Red Bank. I was like, yes.
Oh man, I miss surf taco.
Yeah, so we were able to so we ate in Red Bank, and then I further bribed him. He's just like, yo, I want a strawberry frappuccino. I'm like, yo, I'll get you a strawberry frappuccino. I was like, but you got to be cool with doing a couple laps. He's like, all right. So I worked that shit out. I Monty hauled that shit and was able to make a deal. But I ended up catching about like 600 Gibble. I egged a lot, so it was triple XP, which was totally nuts. I ended the day with 29 shiny, which was big. And if I were to add up all the time, like I played from a dedicated perspective, I'd say it was maybe 3.5 hours, something like that.
That's not bad.
Yeah, no, it was good.
I'd say that's, I definitely did at least 2 hours, 100% dedicated.
All right. Oh, okay, that's good. What about spotlight hours? We had Dwebble last week and Abra yesterday. Any action?
I only
there?
got a little bit of Dwebble.
Yeah, I don't have those shinies.
I caught the tail end because where I was at didn't have service, and I was trying my hardest to pick up pizza. And by the time I got to an area that had service, I caught as many as I could, and then drove back to the place that did not have service.
And not having service because you're in the bumblefuck, like you're just in the woods, like rural.
Yes.
Fucking...
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. See,
and it's not my house. It was. We were over a friend's house, but it was just one of those we're there. I probably shouldn't be focused on the game, so it worked out. We had a good time. We did.
All right. Well, and before we move on to a very slow discovery, we talked about Axu a minute ago. I think it's worth mentioning both of us have finally dexed fucking Axu this past week. Adam, if you wanna...
I got mine from one of my my run eggs.
Yeah, it's good
because it was I got a special 10K from running, from hitting 50 kilometers.
Oh, so it was. Wait, are you sure? No, I don't think Axu is in the Adventure Sync pool. I don't think it is.
Really?
I think it had to have been.
Okay, then it must. I mean, I got a whole bunch of 10Ks though. I know I hatched a ton.
Next time you have the game up, look to see what details it gives you, because it might say hatched from Adventure Sync or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, if that was the case.
Yeah, it says the egg I got was from Dover, so it must have been something I spun.
Okay, there you go. All right. Yeah, I completed the level 48 challenge, so that gives you the fucking Axu as an encounter. It was the second I got it, I dumped, 118 candy into it, whatever it was, to get it up to the, 25 for Fracture, and then the additional 100 for Haxorus. Immediately evolved that shit up. I'm like, fuck you, Axu! So that felt really good. That felt really good to finally fill that part of the Dex out. But, I need that living Dex. So I need 2 more. So, they'll come at some point. But yeah, that was good.
I
I'm
wouldn't
glad
waste
we
my
both got
candy
that.
on that.
All right, we are in a very slow discovery that started, yesterday, the 8th. Started yesterday, the 8th. This goes through Sunday, the 13th. So by the time you hear this, you'll still have a couple days to play. Galarian Slowpoke is making its debut. It's been pretty much, everywhere in raids. The remote raid activity by me has been nuts on Galarian Slowbro. And you need to, if you want to evolve up, you have to catch 30 poison-type Pokemon while Galarian Slowbro is your buddy. And remember that Galarian Slowking is not part of this event. So while you can evolve up to Galarian Slowbro, you cannot do Galarian Slowking yet. And this is also the window that Mega Slowbro is in Mega Raids. Adam, have you done any of these? Do you typically do enough to at least get your enough energy to Mega Evolve?
I typically do. I have yet to do any.
Yo, I fucking blew it with Altaria, dude. I'm 10 energy short. Can't fucking Mega Evolve my 100% Altaria, and can't walk it to get XL because I haven't fucking evolved it yet. And fucking, it's like
yeah, I've only got 70.
What the fuck am I gonna do? You can't. It's not in fucking raids right now. You can't. And the energy that you can get from research is I'm getting like Venusaur fucking Mega energy.
Yeah,
research.
They need to change that fast because I can't tell what they are, so I just delete them nonstop because I'm like, well, Charizard, I have a whole bunch.
No, that is a problem.
Beedrill, I have a whole bunch.
That is a problem.
So I just throw them away because I don't even care anymore. Like that's just how it feels.
You have to know the exact hue of the color.
Yeah, it's not cool.
It's fucked up. Yeah, no, they do need to do that. But Mega Slowbro in raids right now. I've done a couple so far. The spawns are like Slowpoke, Slackoth, Gulpin. I'm seeing a bunch of Spoink. I'm seeing a bunch of. I've seen Slowbro and Vigoroth also. So there's some evolved forms in the wild as well. What do you think of this spawn pool?
I love it. I love it.
It's good. I mean, have you evolved or have you at least made Galarian Slowpoke your buddy?
No.
Yo, it's the greatest fucking thing ever when you make Galarian Slowpoke your buddy and go into Buddy Adventure and you hit play, right? Because the screen comes up, I'm in AR and I'm like, all right, what the fuck? I don't do AR Plus or Niantic AR. I typically just have regular AR on. I'm like, what the fuck? It's this glitch? There's nothing here. And then from the side of the screen, Galarian Slowpoke taking his fucking sweet ass time walking out onto the screen and turning around. It is funny as hell. He really doesn't give a fuck. 0 fucks. Just like taking his sweet ass time. I was cracking up. It was fucking funny as shit. But no, I enjoy this pool. I think it's, I'm going after the Slowpokes. That's pretty much where I'm staying focused, just for the candy or the Candy XL.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Raids have been shook up as well. There was also a collection challenge that was interesting. It was just based on Slowpoke, so I think you had to catch a Slowpoke, a Galarian Slowpoke, and then evolve your Slowpoke up to a Slowking and a Slowbro. So that was the challenge. It was pretty easy, but pretty cool. What else we have? That gave you, if you did that, it gave you an avatar shirt, which was pretty cool. 30 Ultra Balls and 3,000 XP. Stops and Gifts had the Slowpoke stickers. There's also a free box with 20 Pokeballs, 10 Great Balls, and a King's Rock. That's the, get that evolution to Slowking. Being the first event of the season, Adam, how's this for you? And how's it been like with the transition from the organic spawns last week? Now we got our first event. How's the season kind of rolling out for you?
It's been pretty slow.
Oh boy. I walked into that one.
I had to. Well, no, you crawled into that one.
Yep.
Because you can't go too fast.
Nope.
I'm enjoying it. I really am. And even the tasks force you to kind of go after Slowpoke, if that makes sense, because they have catch 8 psychic, catch 8 water, and it's it counts as both.
Yeah. Yep.
So it is nice to double dip on those research tasks.
Yeah, remember in the blog we talked about last episode, they're like, hey, you're going to see new field research, new stuff. They said that's going to rotate every month. So, I definitely dig it. Didn't you say there was one complete a raid in 10 minutes or something? Like, that's new.
Yeah, it said complete a raid in under 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah,
it was just like, what? All the raids are longer or shorter than that.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what the hell?
And it gave me a slack off or a slacking. I was like, what?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
No, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Are you raiding though? Are you doing?
Yeah, I think I've raided 3 or 4 of the Galarian Slowpoke.
Okay, cool. And what about Mega Slowbro?
I need invites.
All right.
Plain
you
and
heard
simple.
it here first. Invite Adam to the Mega Slowbros. All right.
Bro. Invite me to the Slow Bros.
So this kind of came out of nowhere. No one was really expecting this announcement. It just kind of popped up. But they announced a special raid weekend that's focused on Candy and Candy XL. It's going to be this Saturday and Sunday. So the Saturday the 12th, Sunday the 13th, it's 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. local time from Saturday to Sunday. The bonuses include double catch candy, and it doesn't specify that it has to be from a raid Pokemon. So double catch candy, no matter what the fuck you catch. And this is an interesting bonus. Trainers level 40 and above will have 3 times the chance to obtain Candy XL from catching Pokemon. So you got to remember, Candy XL does not activate until level 40. So if you're under level 40, you ain't getting Candy XL. So that's why they call that out here. Also, raids are going to be more frequently happening, including 5-star and mega raids. Now, I want to talk about this because I don't know about you, but I've been raiding Snorlax. Like, that's one that I know a lot of people are going after. People are saying, like, is this shiny even fucking turned on? Because I don't think anyone's reported shinies. But when I see this and it says that, all right, we're doing a special raid weekend and it's going to be, 5-star and megas, like, does that mean fucking my poor Snorlax isn't going to have fucking raids all weekend because it's going to be the fucking Reggies and Slowbro?
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope it doesn't like black out other raids, but we'll see, because it is all weekend. I know we talked a couple weeks ago and you said you were doing more raids, but I don't know. Where are you at with raiding right now? And like, does this event do anything for you? Like, will you do more raids because it's a special raid weekend, or you think you'll just do the same amount?
No, I'll be at work for the most part, so my raid time is like my window is very small. So I'll definitely not be doing any in-person raids, but I can get invited.
All right. We need a Go Plus,
much busier.
A Go Plus device for raiding. Tap. Just hit the fucking button. Tap, and the fucking Go Plus.
And then you have one push, and it goes boop.
Yeah.
I didn't catch the raid box.
You get one shot.
It's like one shot.
One straight ball, with a Pokeball. Shit. That's so funny.
So bad.
All right. Well, how about this? Are you building any level 50 Pokemon right now? Like, are you trying to? You have like, I'm sure.
Garchomp is the focus at the moment.
Okay. All right. So, it's, I don't think you're going to be catching any wild Gibble, to get any extra candy or Candy XL, but
Yeah, I'm currently at my Slugoo, the second thing from Gumi.
Mm.
That's at 2089 CP right now. It's I just don't have any more XL candies.
Yeah.
But I've kind of dumped everything into that.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Garchomp. I think Garchomp's like 2 levels away. I don't know what the highest it can go. Hold on, let me see. I don't know what the highest it can go to, but
well, I mean, that's going to be
99.
That's going to be great for the Mega, so it's worth it. Worth dumping all that shit into it. So when you fucking Mega Evolve it, it's going to be a fucking beast.
Yes, that's what I can't wait for.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm a slow burner when it comes to Candy XL. It's like I'm building it up for all my Pokemon over time just from fucking catching them. So it's like, I'm not that focused on like a PvP roster. So it's not like, all right, I need to do this. It's like, I'm just building it as I get it. I'll invest a little here, a little there, and just call it a day. But Adam, why don't we take a little break? And when we come back, we'll dig into the moves of GBL. We'll talk briefly about the Stardust issue, and we'll take the piss out of it with fucking Coops. Yeah, and then I got like one other little bit of news. But you ready to take a little break?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we'll be back right after this. And we're back from our break. Thank you so much for that.
Hey, we're back.
Appreciate it. Little housekeeping to get through before the ass of the show. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And a huge shout out to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Grant, Jamal, JD Mojo, Jojo, Magikarp, DM, Paul, Sharkfin, Talon, Tish, and TN Comics Wiz. Listen at the end of the show for our complete list of show supporter tier patrons. And a ton of love to our executive producer, Paul Bott. And if Patreon isn't your thing, there's still a couple other ways you can help us out. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and if you're listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you can take a moment to leave us a review. All right, little bit of, we have an update here, and we knew this info was coming, and they just kind of like updated one of their previous blogs. But Niantic has announced that Giovanni will have Shadow Ho-Oh. That's going to be fun.
No!
Yeah. So
this isn't Lugia.
This is not Lugia. I know you wanted Lugia. It's not. It's Ho-Oh. We talked about Zapdos being around from the 1st to the 17th. Well, here you go. Starting on the 17th and running through Wednesday, September 1st. So all of July, all of August. That's a long time to get this done. But you're gonna have a new special research that's called a 7-colored shadow. And obviously completing this will earn you a Super Rocket Radar and then get you to the Shadow Ho-Oh. So it is what it is, Adam. I'm sorry it's not your Lugia.
I'm borderline upset. But again, it is Pride Month, so I understand. Rainbows fit the theme of the month. I like it. I like how they combine that.
Let's see if we get Keldeo. Kecleon confirmed.
Kecleon Keldeo. Confirmed.
All right, let's get into these GBL updates, these move updates. We talked about this last episode. When they announced the GBL update, this is what they kind of tucked in at the end of the blog post. But you know what? But before we even get to that, Adam, last episode you're like, "Yo, I want to be the best there ever is." I need to follow up with you right now. We're a little over a week in. How has the Great League been treating you, and have you been doing your matches?
I slipped a little bit, but I have been doing my matches.
How often?
Well, currently in the middle of one right now. Don't get mad at me.
Why are you doing this right now?
Because I was reading that I was reading the GBL 8, and I was like, oh man, I haven't done my set today.
Fucking Adam, dude. All right, well, Adam,
Galarian Stunfisk is so annoying. Who said that they could play this character that just defeats everything?
Well, all right. You're in the middle of a match. What are you running?
Clefable, Arbok, and Prinplup.
You're still running. All right. Okay. All right, Adam. We need to get you some legitimate
I know Crucky
coaching.
reached out, and I need to.
Yeah, we're gonna get you some legitimate help here, but you're gonna. I'm sorry.
The problem
Adam,
is I don't have Stardust to like.
You're gonna have to give up fucking like Arbok, dude. I'm sorry.
But I like my Arbok.
It's so funny. In the notes, I actually wrote "Sorry, Arbok" because I knew you were gonna run Arbok. That's so fucking funny. That is so great. It's so great. But I mean,
Okay, but as
are
far
you
now that I'm
are you
done
willing
and
to
I
do
lost,
it though? Are you willing to like put in the work?
Yeah.
Well, dude, the time is
I'm
ticking.
at rank 11 right now. I know that's not impressive. I know.
None of the ranks are impressive. Who the fuck cares about ranks, dude?
Well, just to show that, like, I'm trying.
You've been doing it. No, I think I want you to be the best. I want you to. We'll have to figure this out. But anyway, we'll keep everyone on the up and up with how Adam is doing and see if he can stick to his PvP training regimen. I don't know.
Which is just getting thrown around like a rag doll.
Well, with Arbok, yeah, for sure.
Listen, I pick a team that has like grass, fire, and water, and then it's like they just happen to have everything that counters me. And like they start with like the one thing that it just doesn't make sense. I switch, they switch. They attack me, they get off their charge attacks. Sometimes they don't even use them. Then they just like hide away with 1 hit point, and I'm like, "Oh, I got this." And then they come back, that's the last attack that they use, and they have 1 hit left. And they're just like, "Oh, look at this charge attack." And I'm like, "Are you serious right now?"
You know, that's how you do it, man. And look, I'm the furthest thing from anything good in PvP, but what I've learned is it really is about switch timing and farming and preparing your charge moves and putting all that together. That's the sweet spot. And yeah, it's very clear when you get fucked up in GBL, and it's just like, yeah, I can predict that, they're going to switch to this Pokemon. It's going to come back with a charge move, and I'm not going to stand a fucking chance. And then it's like, boop, 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 boop. There you go. You're fucking done. It's very predictable. But anyway, let's take a look at the move update. This is going to be new moves, updates to moves, and updates to the Pokemon that can use the moves. But we have the inclusion of 2 new moves. We have Rock-type Weather Ball. The weird thing about this is that because this came out, anyone that had a normal cast form with Weather Ball, I think it was a Grass-type move, got bumped to Rock-type Weather Ball. So everyone got, like, a change of move if they had Weather Ball. So that was weird. We also... and also a fucking Hippowdon can learn the Rock-type Weather Ball. Anyway, but then there was Feather Dance, which we talked about last week briefly, coming out for the Pidgey line, right? And this, I think by the first or second day into the season, Feather Dance in GBL was breaking the entire fucking game. It, like, broke the whole shebang. Like, if you used Feather Dance or someone used Feather Dance on you, it would glitch out. The game would freeze, and it's so funny because it happened to me right before I saw the post. It was ironic. But for me, I got hit with Feather Dance. My opponent was still able to move. I was frozen. I couldn't do shit. Then my opponent stopped moving, but their Pokemon was still doing their idle animation, but I was still receiving damage. So I was like, oh, motherfucker. So I hard closed the game, go back in, turn it on. It brings me right back into the match. Boom, boom, boom. I'm dead, right? My last Pokemon gets knocked out, and it's just sitting there on the fucking screen with the timer running out. And then the time finally runs out, and then the game is just sitting there. And it says you lose. And I had to restart the game. So, like, Feather Dance fucked the game. Like, it really broke shit. So they ended up taking Pidgeot out of GBL for a day or 2, and they fixed that shit. But anyway, Feather Dance is in the game. It came in like a fucking wrecking ball. But did you see anything with Feather Dance? Like, I guess I'll link to the video in the description if you want to see like what it was doing. But did you see any of this, Adam?
I didn't see any of it.
Oh no, it was really like the first day, into GBL. So there wasn't a lot of time that it was available, but it was just bizarre because it was like completely fucking game breaking. It was weird. All right, these are the updates to the moves. These are the updates to anything. These are updates to existing moves in the game. Here we go. Acid Spray, poison-type charge attack, requires less energy. Poison Jab.
That's all about Arbok.
That's
right
Arbok, right? I knew you were I was trying to go fast. Poison Jab. This is a fast attack, deals more damage. Poison Sting is a poison-type fast attack. It generates more energy now. Cross Poison. This poison-type charge attack deals more damage and has a higher chance of sharply increasing a Pokemon's attack stat. And Poison Fang. You see a trend here? The poison-type charge attack has a 100% chance to decrease the opposing Pokemon's defense stat. Poison Fang. Remember that move. It's going to be important in a second. Next, you have Dragon Tail. The Dragon Tail is a dragon fast attack. It now deals more damage, but generates less energy. And now here's an odd one. Focus Blast. The fighting-type charge attack now deals more damage. This was nerfed. So, whatever, I don't know what the value is exactly now. I got to look that up in if Game Press has updated their Game Master spreadsheet. But this Focus Blast was nerfed. So now did they just put back that damage that they nerfed? You know what I mean? Like, or is it stronger than before? Is it weaker than before? But I don't know. But I just thought that was ironic. So, that they, buffed a previously nerfed move. So funny. And the following attacks will be available on Pokemon that couldn't learn them before. Lunge will be available on Ariados, and that's a bug-type charge attack. And now Poison Fang. We talked about that before, how it has the 100% chance to proc on the opposing Pokemon's defense stat decrease. So Nidoqueen and Crobat can now learn this updated move. So now Nidoqueen has been getting a shit ton of play with Poison Jab, Poison Fang combo, and it's been doing really well. So that's cool. That's a completely new look. And then Cross Poison, Crobat will now be able to learn this. So this is like a poison-focused thing. So, I guess the winners here were going to be anyone that runs Focus Blast, which is ironic because the Reggies are available now, and, I don't know. It just seems fitting they could use it. You could use it on them, whatever. But then we have the poison Pokemon, and I don't know if they're finally getting their due, but Nidoqueen definitely is getting some action. But Adam, when you look at like these details, right? All right, like this one's doing more damage but generating less energy, or whatever the case may be. Like if to be good at PvP, you have to like know this shit. Like, are you ready for this shit?
Yeah, I enjoy anything that does stat like changes.
All right, well, you just got to remember what the shit does. But I'm just saying, there's a lot to learn. It's like, and I don't really consume that much PvP content. Like I like watching streams and shit, but I don't really watch a lot of produced content. But I have been over the past week just to do some research, and it is very, very, very mathematical. Like I know why people are intimidated by it, for sure.
All right, well, I think I could take out Arbok and switch it with Nidoqueen. I think that's fair, because it still fills that poison void.
All right, there you go. No, let us know. Run it. All right, so this is where we were going to plug in the Poke the Bear, but I think I'm going to hold off, but I guess we'll just take the piss out of it with Casual Coops.
Taking the piss, taking the piss with Casual Coops. And here we are again. If it's not one thing, it's another. And let me tell you, Niantic, let me tell you this. Do not fuck with my Stardust. Do not fuck with our Stardust, should I say. Listen, whose fucking idea was that? Who actually had the audacity to sit in a bloody office room with you all and discuss ideas about upcoming events for Season 8 of GBL? And whose idea was it to go, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll mug everybody off. We'll completely deceive and lie to everyone. That's what we'll do. Yeah, good idea. John Hankey, thumbs up? Yeah, go on, lads, thumbs up. Good stuff. Good stuff. And then release it, or we get hyped. And then to think that we wouldn't notice when the season starts, that's not the case at all. You just completely cut the normal Stardust in half. So when these double and triple, quadruple, bloody fucking blah start to happen, we're just getting the normal amount what we're owed anyway. I don't get what your problem is. Why do you do stuff like this? It's like you want us to hate you. It's like you do it on purpose. But that's all I've got to say for this week's Taking the Piss with Casual Coops.
Coops, let me know how you really feel about that.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel.
Tell us how you really feel. So, all right. Clearly, this is a big deal, and this really got a lot of people heated, very similar to the way Coops felt. So, I want to give this some time to permeate and before we completely poke the bear, but Adam, are you at least aware of what happened in general? Like, because I could give a quick rundown.
Yes, but a recap is always nice.
Okay, so what we're really talking about here is the fact that, and this has been changed, but what happened was when the season was launched, base Stardust in GBL was cut by 50%. In Season 8, we were given all these bonuses, 2 weeks double Stardust, go Battle League Night, triple Stardust, bam, bam, bam. But if you were to do your sets every single day throughout the entire season, even with the bonuses, you were going to be netting like 27, 28% less Stardust than Season 7, even with all the bonuses. So it seemed like you were having all the Stardust, but you're really not. Trainers felt deceived. They felt like this was a money grab. They just said, like, you're taking advantage of us. You're making us pay for passes so I could play in the paid track to get more Stardust. It was a big hoopla. So Niantic heard everyone's, concerns and put out a tweet saying, hey, we hear you. Effective immediately, we're reverting Season 8 GBL Stardust rewards to the levels they were in Season 7, and we'll get back to you with more info. And that's kind of where it sat for a couple days. That's where I put the Poke the Bear thing up. But since then, Niantic has responded. And the response itself, and this is like, it came by way of a Niantic support tweet. But since this is, let me pull up the exact tweet here so I could read it, because it's an interesting one, and we'll talk about this part of it now because we could give our hot takes at them. All right, so the official tweet says, trainers, we've updated our blog with more details about this change. We sincerely apologize for the initial oversight and hope you enjoy the bonus Stardust at the end of Season 8. So pretty much what they're saying is, yes, we're going to fix the Stardust values to Season 7, and then at the end of Season 8, we're going to double the Stardust that you would normally get. It's more than compensating for the time that this was fucked up. But they call it...
I like that.
But they call it an oversight. And this is why I want to let the Poke the Bear stretch out another week. Because, when you listen to Coops, right, he's definitely pissed.
Yep.
The community... What they seem to be getting pissed about was the fact that Niantic didn't say anything about the change. Had Niantic said, like, hey, this is new for Season 8, Stardust values will be X. But they didn't do that. So it left it to the community to figure this out and go, whoa, wait a second, this is fucked. So people were pissed about that. They thought that this was deceitful. So hearing that, Adam, what's your hot take? What's your, we won't dig into like the details here, but they call it an oversight. Do you think that something like this could be an oversight, or do you think that this had to be something calculated? I don't know.
It could have been calculated, but then I feel like we would have gotten it communicated if it was that,
So when they say oversight, then you meaning this would be like a technical oversight. Something in the code was affecting it to put a value that's 50%, and we missed it. Technical oversight. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
This I don't know. Why would it change? That's what's confusing to me. doesn't seem like it would just update with the all right, new season, it resets the value. I don't know.
Well, like I was playing, and all of a sudden, like my reward streak for both the paid and the non-paid one was like all Stardust.
Well, that was one of your sets after like set 5 and 15 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Or rank.
Okay.
The
yeah,
free
like
rank,
that was weird to me. I was like, I don't want to pay for Stardust, and I don't even want Stardust.
Yeah.
It took a lot out of me to fight those matches. I was like, I don't want Stardust.
But people were pissed about the whole Stardust thing, and then now it seems that they're more pissed about the response. So, we're going to have a lot to talk about next week. There's going to be a lot more Poke the Bear responses to this because I don't know. And hey, me personally, I don't know how I feel about it. Them using the language of oversight. Doesn't seem like this could be an oversight. But could oversight mean an oversight on the community's reaction? Like they didn't think about it? Because it doesn't have to be a technical oversight. It could be an oversight in the community. Like we fail to recognize that you would be pissed about this. That could be an oversight.
Yeah, okay. Because I mean, well, I mean, I guess a good point is the fact that, I don't necessarily only play PvP. So, like, that's not something that, like, I require my dust for. Like,
I'm with you. I that's the
like, I don't normally bank, like, oh, man, I'm getting all my dust from Go Battle League. I get my dust from catching stuff because I catch stuff all day.
So, that's a good point. That's a great point. Zionic, who kind of like from the PvP community's perspective has kind of spearheaded this mission to like raise awareness of the issue, like when it first came out. And he specifically says in the video, he's like, look, I depend on PvP Stardust. That's the only way I get it. I don't have time to raid. I don't have time to go out and grind and catch. I require the Stardust from GBL. So that's why they felt deceived, because then it was just like, well, are they doing this to sell more passes? Because if that was the reason, they're never going to admit that. Like, oh yeah, this was just it's not an oversight. It was just a business decision that didn't work out. They're not going to say that. But could that be the case? I don't fucking know. I don't want it to be the case, But I don't know. We'll never know.
The world may never know.
I don't know. I just think that I want to make sure people have a platform to talk about this response, because I don't think this is a good response. I really don't. I just don't think they should have put the word oversight. The initial oversight. What was, like, what didn't you see? Oh, God. I hate when things add more questions. I have more questions. I don't know, man.
I have more questions. You must answer them.
All right. So anyway, I did poke the bear, but I'm going to let this ride another week. And my exact tweet says, topic, GBL Season 8 Stardust. Says, battlers were outraged by the cut to Stardust rewards, then made their voices heard on social media. Niantic reacted to reverting Stardust rewards at Season 7 levels. What are your thoughts on the situation? So you can see when I asked the question, it didn't include their response because it wasn't out yet. That's why I want to repose this question for another week. But link will be in the description. Please let us know your thoughts here, because I just don't get this one. This one out of all times I'll always try to champion for Niantic, and I just don't know what to do here. I don't know how to, because I can't confidently say why things are happening. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Adam, I think that's a show.
Thanks. Yeah, that's definitely a show.
It's gonna leave you on a little note like that, so you can have some thought provocation over the next week. But yeah, it's gonna be a good poke to bear. But
yeah, up to rank 12.
Okay. Okay, you're getting there. But before we go, I do want to give thanks to our show supporter tier patrons, Ace Trainers, Adrock, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Brittany, Chad, Carol, Chris, Cody, Eric, Garrett, G-Stacks87, Griggle788, Harry, Heracross Boss, James, Jason, J. Mackle, Justin, Ken, Lynchbot, MD, Mike, M. Pitts, Pokénabbot, Purple Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, Todd, The Noise, Woodwoes, Wolf, and new for this week, Kanto, Cody. Thank you all for your support. I apologize that I had to move you back to the end of the show. It was just so long in the middle of the show because this list is so big. It's a great problem to have. Thank you, patrons. We really do appreciate it. But Adam, if that's it, I think we could shut this puppy down. What do you think?
All right, press the power button.
Well, not yet. Email us, info@luredup.com. Call us, 732-835-8639. Just check out luredup.com for everything that's going on with the show, PokemonProfessor.com for everything that's going on with the network. And Adam, if that's truly it, then it's truly it. Is that truly it?
That's truly hard cider or hard alcoholic drink.
Keep training, trainers. We'll see you next week.